Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just got back from watching the new film Overlord, which is directed by Julius Avery and produced by J.J. Abrams. Not to be confused with the Japanese anime of the same name. This Overlord is actually a film about World War II during D-Day, where American paratroopers happen to battle Nazi zombies. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story is that during D-Day, we follow a group of American paratroopers who go down to a German town in order to find a radio transmitter and destroy it in order for the U.S. American planes to send support to the main fight in the beaches. Unfortunately, when the soldiers find a secret laboratory inside the Nazi town that they decide to found themselves in, they find more than they bargained for. And that's not a spoiler because it's in all the trailers. So yes, this movie is very much a horror hybrid of not only the World War II scenario, but also it's essentially a zombie movie as well. So that would be a spoiler if it wasn't revealed in all the trailers, but the thing is, Nazi zombies are nothing new to pop culture, whether in film or video games. However, the way this film handles it makes it not only a very thrilling ride with us killing people who are two things that we universally love to kill, but it also happens to bring in some interesting questions about Nazi Germany and the possible things they could have done to the human body if given this alternate history that the series is giving us, this movie is giving us. Honestly, a lot of the story reminds me a bit of Wolfenstein in the way that it takes the World War II setting and it delivers out these outlandish takes on Nazi Germany, as well as it gives us a group of badass American soldiers who get to delve into this American pastime of killing Nazis in a way that is quite entertaining. That's not to say that the American soldiers we're following are the best characters. Most of them are fairly 1 to 2 dimensional, except for our main character Boyce, who's mainly there as the audience POV character, as well as the reluctant soldier type. The others basically fulfill their roles as the stern stoic leader, the comic relief, the guy who's obviously going to die early on. But these characters, while typical in their character types, are fairly entertaining throughout, and they don't distract from the film. Even a female companion that joins them later on, named Chloe, is generally likable throughout, and you generally want to root for her and the soldiers as they go through the story. But honestly, I think the German characters were the best ones, mainly because they were interesting in their motivations, and they often had the scariest and most mind-bending scenes in the film, which is understandable given the premise. I think the production design and the makeup involved is also great. Obviously, for a film of this type, it's going to be heavily reliant on how this alternate take on history looks, and it manages to fit in the realistic with the absurd in a very interesting way. And also, since it's a zombie film and since you have to show gore, the gore in the film is quite effective. To the point where I think the makeup artists really deserve a heavy round of applause for making these zombified beings look very, very threatening and very bloody and very grotesque in a realistic way. Not only that, but it happens to fill in the German towns, the secret laboratories, and even the bomb-filled skies with a lot of detail. The film doesn't exactly try to jam in fun scenes with out-of-place music. The thing is, the reason the film works so well isn't just for the gory gunfights and for the interesting alternate history, but it's also because, despite the absurdities of the premise, it manages to take itself seriously throughout, which, ironically enough, only increases the fun factor. The fact that everyone takes the premise seriously and there's a good amount of tension and suspense throughout makes the eventual reveals and the eventual climax a lot of fun to go through. So, Overlord, while it may not be the best in terms of writing, and while it has a few stumbles here and there, is still a very cool zombie / World War II movie that I would recommend to most people. That's why I give Overlord an 8 out of 10. See you next time.